so much. Patrick, what a moment for you. But first off, a dramatic match. Talk about the different stages, the first 6 games first.
Well, the first six games were really tough because Serena was very stressed and she didn't overcome that stress really well. So she started very slow. She definitely expected Garbiñe to be aggressive on second serve, so she forced a little bit her second serve. She started to double fault and she lost confidence in her main weapon, which is the serve. She was tossing low, so she couldn't hit many first serves in. I knew, and I said at the start, that was one of the keys of the match, so she was very much in trouble. She was 4-2 down.
And then there was that mishit that returned from Serena that went in, and then Serena ripped a winner. Did that change things?
I think so, because when she did that, I think she sent to Garbiñe a message that she was back into the match by being that aggressive. She was a bit not really going for the shots, and when she went for this one, she in a way she said to her opponent, "Now I'm here, be careful." And then Garbiñe started to miss a little bit too, and she let Serena come back, and then it completely changed, and then she suddenly scored, I don't know how many, 3 + 5, 8-1, 8 games to 1 in a row, so 6-4, 5-1, up.
And then let's talk about what happened there, because in the coaching box, you must feel, you know you still have to win match point, but you must have felt pretty confident. Then what happens in the next couple of games?
Then I think Serena thought about winning. She realized that she was winning, that she would hold the trophy very soon. She probably thought about it.
And maybe the Serena Slam for the second time?
And maybe the Serena Slam for the second time. And obviously she completely lost it. She lost the focus completely. And she couldn't serve again, so only second serves. So Garbiñe could put pressure on her. She started to miss, and then the match changed again from 5-1 to 5-4, 2 breaks in a row. And Garbiñe serving to go back to 5-all, so a totally different match. So for me it was really difficult because I know Serena, and I knew at that time that she wasn't there.
Was that moment even more tense than anything you'd experienced at the French Open, when 5 different times Serena lost a set and had to come back? Was that the tensest moment of the last 2 majors?
I think so, because it's not about the score so much, it's about how she feels. Because I know when I look at her how she feels, and when I know that she feels good even though she's down, when I feel she clicks, I know she's going to win all the next games. And even if she doesn't win one, she will win most of them, so she will completely turn the match around. But even if the score is 5-1 up for her and she doesn't feel good, I know also that the opposite thing can happen. So it was very stressful for that reason. But even though I knew how she was feeling, I knew also that she will find a way at the end. And even though Garbiñe would have come back to 5-all, she would have pressed the button again.
Let's talk about the end, because it was a little bit of a strange last point. It looked from everybody that it was definitely out, and it should have been game, set, match. What about that ending?
I have no idea, because for me the ball was clearly out, so I was standing up. And for me, we had won, and I look at Serena, and she doesn't move, and the Garbiñe doesn't move, and I don't know what happened, actually. Do you know?
Well, there was no challenge. We were thinking, well, maybe it would be a challenge, but I just think the chair umpire maybe didn't announce with the presence game, set, match, but championship.
So they both were waiting for the announcement. Yeah, so that's what's weird, but it's okay. It's already forgotten.
We also saw you have that moment when you first came back to outside the locker room, and you were speaking French. Tell us a little bit about what that moment is like.
It's difficult to describe because, as I said, just winning one Wimbledon is already something incredible. One Grand Slam, whatever Grand Slam it is, it's something unique. You cannot describe what it is to win a Grand Slam unless you won one or you work with someone who won one. It's so much emotion, but winning the way she does at the moment, the last 4 Grand Slams, going through so many things, and it shows how difficult it is to win a Grand Slam, even for Serena, who everybody knows that when she plays her best, she's probably better than any other player on tour. In Australia, she was sick. She went through so many difficult matches in 3 sets. In Roland Garros, she was more than sick, and she was, as you just said, a set and a breakdown so many times. Here, she had so many tough matches against Azarenka, against Venus emotionally, against Heather Watson. So, it's such an effort to find a way to win one. Winning 4 in a row is just something, I don't know if people realize how much it is, how much an effort it is, how much an achievement it is for her.
Well, it's extraordinary because it hasn't been done many times in the history of tennis, but we have to look to what's happening in, 7 weeks from today. The U.S. Open and all the pressure. It's her job to really celebrate today, but it's your job maybe to have one eye on the next step, which is the calendar year Grand Slam. How do you do that?
Now, of course, my eyes are just there, but at the same time, of course, we think about it. Of course, that's the goal, but even though there was not that goal, the next goal would be to win the U.S. Open. What I don't want is the pressure to be like something that is going to be like a burden to her, and that she won't be able to play good enough to win this one. So all the efforts will be made as we did here, and I think we did well by, as I explained, not looking at the top of the mountain every day, because then maybe sometimes you feel it's too difficult, and you can lose also your focus, but just focusing all the time on the next step and going there, going to the next step, and then the next one, and then the next one, by thinking just what do we need to do tomorrow to prepare for next match, to prepare for next tournament, which practice, and do it 100%. Next match, go to the match with the right warm-up, the right strategy, and just focus on this. I mean, it's a real effort, but I'm sure she can do it. She did it so well here with the big pressure she had. I think she's been able to play great tennis those 2 weeks, not all the time, but most of the time, and it shows how much she did really well with this.
Well, Patrick, we at ESPN just can't thank you enough for all your insights, most of the steps of the way for Serena in coming to us today to wrap up what was an amazing final. Thank you so much, and good luck for your preparation going into an effort of a calendar year Grand Slam.
Thank you very much, Pam, and it was a real pleasure for me too.
Chris.
Well, thank you.